Hello, magical people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and today I'm going to be sharing our weekend astrology horoscope for the weekend of Friday, November 14th, going into Sunday, November 16th. I've got some good news with the astrology, okay? Very happy to share that after some of the very intense things that we've been having as of late. So, we're going to get into our astrology horoscope. And I'm sorry that I am coming on very late here today, you guys. I have to be honest and say that I'm not feeling 100% right now. This may be a little bit TMI, too much information for some of you out there, but my ladies will understand that, yeah, it's that time of the month for me, and I get really bad, like killer cramps. So I've got my heat pad on me right now. I'm in quite a bit of pain and I look really pale and feel disgusting, just to be honest with you guys. So sorry if I seem a little bit off today. I'm just not feeling 100%, but want to come on and, of course, share the astrology for the weekend ahead and see what we've got going on. Oh, Jill. Hello, Jill. Nice to see you. You say, feel better, Meg. I don't miss those days. LOL. Yeah. I am jealous of my fellow sisters out there that don't have to deal with this time of the month. In saying that, I am grateful to be a woman. I am grateful for our bodies and the miracles that can happen with the female body and our cycles. But yeah, it is really not fun sometimes. Anyways, let me know how you guys are doing. I hope you're all doing very, very well. And I've got some good news. So before I share that, oh my God, Mercury retrograde. Where's my page? Jeez Louise. Okay, here it is. Before we get into the astrology, just want to share, as always, please like this video if you don't mind. Subscribe to my channel. Consider leaving a comment below to help with the channel's growth. And also, I'm very excited that I'm going to be hosting my annual webinar for the Gregorian year ahead, 2026 astrology webinar for all 12 signs. This is going to be the first week of December, December 4th, 5th, 7th, and 8th. Really excited, and thank you so much to everyone that has signed up already. Quite a few people signed up and lots of new names that I don't know yet. So that's really cool. So if you've never taken part in one of my online webinars before, I like to usually do them live. It's really fun and interactive. And this is 4 days long where I'm going to go into very in-depth predictions for each of the 12 sun, moon, and rising signs for the Gregorian year ahead. You can use discount code 2026 to get 10% off until November 30th, and it's very well priced. Okay, just gonna put it out there. I did a really fair price. It's probably gonna be over 12 hours of content. So 2026 is a very important year, and I want to get this information out to everyone that wants to work with the astrology for this absolutely transformational year ahead. You can see all the full details over at my website, megmoonbeam.com. And there is unlimited replay access if you can't join in on any of the lives or you're going to miss a day or some time in there. So you can go check that out at the link below. So why do I like the energy of this weekend? Well, we are coming off of these very freaking intense aspects that we have been in really the past couple weeks. Last week was a very wonky week where we had the biggest supermoon of the year, supermoon in Taurus. We had Mars opposite Uranus. Uranus went back into Taurus. We had Mercury go retrograde at the start of this week on Monday. We had Mercury conjunct Mars. That was exact on Wednesday. So it's been wonky to say the least. It's been intense and during a Scorpio season. Woo woo, which is the most intense sign in astrology. Jill says last weekend was rather intense. Yeah, I've been feeling like, honestly, also with these solar flares that we just had. Wow, I sound like such a spiritual new age girl right now. These solar flares we just had were absolutely crazy. But no, seriously, the solar flares that we just had the past few days we've been in the influence of that. I've really been feeling the solar storms and needing some really deep sleep, been having very strange dreams. Very curious to hear from you guys in the live chat or the comments below what your dreams have been like, because last night I had a dream that felt like it was real life. I was definitely lucid dreaming or something like that. And I did something in the dream that was actually really not good. And I woke up thinking that I had actually done that and that my life was completely over. And there was such a sigh of relief. It was like a very dark, kind of a bit of a nightmare, which is interesting. So maybe I was processing my own internal fears or things I'm processing through, or might have been a collective unconscious thing. It was very, very strange. LL Lewis 78 says, been having strange and intense dreams too. Yeah. And my dream last night felt like it was days long. It felt like it was weeks long, actually. And it was just a one night dream. Hi, MJ. So yeah, it's been intense with the solar activity, with these intense transits. We're in a freaking Scorpio season. So I like that as we go into this weekend, woo, we're easing off of these intense aspects. And we've actually got one of the most positive things we can possibly have in astrology, which is Sun trine Jupiter. Woo, 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 woo. That will be exact on Sunday, but we are in the influence of it actually right now. And when it is exact on Sunday, it will be the Sun, 25 degrees of Scorpio, in trine to Jupiter, 25 degrees of Cancer. And it's not just a beautiful Sun trine, lucky ducky, benefic Jupiter, exalted in Cancer, but it's also a grand water trine. Ooh, very, very nice. Because we've got Saturn trine Jupiter right now. And actually, on Monday, we'll have the exact trine between the Sun and Saturn. So, really, it's a Sun. Oh my God, I'm completely losing my words. Sorry, you guys. My head is like jello today. What is the word? It is a grand water trine weekend. Beautiful, beautiful energy with the moon in Virgo on Friday and then ingressing into lovely, light, beautiful, harmonious Libra early in the day, Saturday morning, Eastern time. So this is not a heavy energy this weekend. We're actually getting some very nice vibrations and, dare I say, huge breakthroughs, luck, abundance, prosperity. I'm hearing spirits say doors opening, positive energy, Sun trine Jupiter, grand water trine, Sun, Saturn, Jupiter. And interesting that Saturn and Jupiter are both retrograde. So I feel like there can be a lot of breakthroughs and positive developments with moving past stagnant energy from the past, moving on from hurts from the past. You know, retrogrades have to do with the past. Saturn currently retrograde 25 degrees of Pisces and in conjunction to Neptune, very powerful and spiritual at the moment, and Jupiter retrograde in Cancer. So retrogrades are about the past, review and reflection. We may notice people, places, things from the past coming up big time. And I'm actually really noticing this right now, like the past few days, even in the comments of my videos and social media, like people bringing things up from the past that they've seen that I've done or things that I've been associated with in the past. Like it's just been a lot of past stuff coming up, I'm noticing. So that's really, really interesting. This is an amazing weekend for healing modalities. Okay. The water signs, Sun in Scorpio, trine Saturn in Pisces, and Jupiter in Cancer. These are all water signs. Water is about divine feminine, receptivity, cleansing, healing, intuition, our dreams, our spidey senses, creativity, self-care as well. Each of the elements rules a lot of different things. But this is a weekend of healing. I'm going to say luck, Jupiter, lucky ducky luck in our personal lives, luck in our emotional growth and development, luck and growth in our families, Cancer, right? And Saturn in astrology deals with people older than us, elders, parents, grandparents, teachers. There can be like breakthrough, very positive communication, moving past issues with people older than you in your life, or people that you've considered an elder or a teacher or a elder family member. So, love the energy of this weekend. And with the moon in Libra, it is bringing harmony in sextile to Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, our communications, our relationships. Moon is also in sextile on Saturday to Mars, planet of energy, drive, passion, divine masculine, where we assert ourselves. So I'm just hearing the word over and over again: breakthrough, 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 breakthrough. Moving past stagnant energy. And that's Sun in Scorpio, right? Scorpio is about transformation. Ooh, Jenny, I love that. Emotional wisdom. I love that. Yes. Emotional wisdom, emotional intelligence, emotional healing. This is a weekend of, I think, really big transformation and healing in our family relationships, our family of origin, the family that we're living in now. I think it's great for in-depth conversations with our loved ones, right? And Jupiter, we think of Jupiter, he doesn't only rule luck in astrology. He rules, of course, higher knowledge and wisdom and learning and travel and foreign people, places, and things, spiritual growth. Yes, he's luck and he's prosperity, right? But with this Jupiter retrograde, it's more internal. Jupiter retrograde in Cancer is asking us to remember the little things. Spirit's saying, remember where you came from. Remember where you come from. Remember how far you've come, right? And we're so programmed in our modern Western society that, especially with the astrology, that Jupiter is the luck of money and fame and success and, all that stuff. Okay, yeah, those are things that can be considered luck, but Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. Isn't that interesting? So at home, Pisces, Sagittarius is strongest placements, but exalted actually in the sign that rules your inner world, your emotions, your private life, your family, your roots. So actually, to be able to manifest abundance, prosperity, luck, to be able to positively expand, you actually have to be aware of where you came from, appreciate what you have, appreciate all the experiences, be emotionally intelligent, connected to your ancestors, Cancer, and there needs to be self-care. There needs to be a solid home base. Like Spirit's making me think about feng shui. That's very Cancer. Home, spaces, Libra too, aesthetic can also be moon in Libra feng shui. So this is a great weekend for like being at home, being with your family. Herr says, that's a good point because I'm so hard on myself. Me too, Herr. Me too. As I'm saying this to you guys, I'm also saying it to myself. Yeah. And it's funny that Saturn is in this grand water trine because Saturn does rule success and work and responsibility and your public reputation. And okay, yeah, that's a part of life. But Jupiter exalted in Cancer, and Cancer being the base sign of the astrological chart, right? It's the fourth house, it's the base, it's the root, is very important. Family, your elders, your ancestors, where you came from. You are your ancestors. They walk with you. You carry their legacy on. If you look at pretty much any indigenous culture, they all highly respect and take care of their ancestors. And there's celebrations all throughout the year that honor the ancestors and where we've come from, their stories, their strength, their challenges. Right? Jill says, yes, they walk with us all the time. They do. I believe they do. I believe they do. So, yes, it's luck. Yes, it's positivity, but bring that into your inner world. Embrace that in your inner world and your private life. And Sun in Scorpio, deep, deep transformation, healing, renewal. There's something about it, like I've been really feeling, and let me know what you guys think, like the past few days, it's just been really intense with these solar flares and coming off of these intense transits that it's felt kind of heavy, actually. And it's like we're coming out of this breakthrough as we go into this weekend where we can feel more of the light again, positivity. Not that there isn't always positivity, but it's just a really nice energy. I like it. I like it a lot. Gifts of wisdom, Sun trine Jupiter. Things are stabilizing. And you guys, next week, we are going into a week next week. Mercury retrograde enters Scorpio. Dun, dun, dun. Will the Epstein files finally be released? With Mercury retrograde entering Scorpio and a new moon in Scorpio, I think it was the last astrology horoscope I did on Wednesday. I was like channeling this message that something huge is going to come out over the next week. Is it actually going to be the Epstein files? Is it going to be something else? We're leading up to that. This is an next post from Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. She says, next week, we will be voting to release the Epstein files. I honestly believe it's not only the right thing to do for the victims, but it's also the right thing to do for the country. Americans deserve transparency. Remember, Democrats had 4 years under Biden to release it all, but never tried or cared. Now, under full Republican control, there were only 4 Republicans that signed the discharge petition for the Massey resolution to release the Epstein files. Thomas Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Nancy Mace, and Lauren Boebert. Next week, when everyone is forced to go on record and to vote to release the files, I expect the number of Republicans to be a lot higher that actually vote yes. But remember the original 4. What is going to happen? Shout out to Candace Owens, who has the most popular podcast in the world. This is her saying she left MAGA the moment Trump and Bondi said the Epstein files were a Democrat hoax. Who else left MAGA at that moment?
The Trump administration seems to have been hiding these emails. They're not good. Okay. They are completely indefensible. But I already told you, I was done with MAGA at the moment he looked us in the face and he said, what files, right? What are we still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Pam Bondi said it was a Democrat hoax. No, I think the entire nation has been hoaxed by Republicans and Democrats, and there are pervert elites that sit at the top. That's my suspicion. We'll take a quick Trump administration.
Yep, many of us are, very suspicious of Trump's strategy with Epstein, right? Something that him and JD Vance campaigned on over and over and over again. And then all of a sudden they get into office and, oh, it's a hoax. And if you believe in it, and if you're spreading that with other people, then you're the problem. That's called gaslighting. And you guys are in my naughty books at the moment. I like this X post from Benny Johnson. He says, this is verifiable proof that all the Democrats showed with their email release that Epstein was an intelligence operation targeting President Trump. And yes, it is sketchy, the emails that were released this week, because they are trying to make Trump look bad. But when you look at the unredacted version, it shows it was Virginia Roberts who was the supposed victim, right? So there was some not total truths in there. Also, Trump did ban Epstein from Mar-a-Lago after learning what he was doing. Trump told the FBI about Epstein and helped prosecutors take him down in 2008. What is going on? And we must never forget how stupid this was. Do you guys remember that? Epstein Files Phase 1. They don't talk about that. There's no files, but we gave you a binder when we first came in. I mean, it's just so freaking yuck and weird. So we're in very strange times, and it'll be interesting to see what happens next week. Is it going to have to do with Epstein files, this big reveal? New moon in Scorpio, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio reveal. Is it going to be something else? Her Miller says that was straight up stupid. That was straight up stupid. That was so cringe. What the heck even was that? Yeah, before we get into tarot for the weekend, want to share, and I can't remember what video I said this in. I think it was the video I did last weekend, the Mercury retrograde survival guide video I did. I shared that I felt like, well, I feel like with this Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius and Scorpio right now that we're in, there's things that are going to be revealed from the past about the last time Pluto was in Scorpio from 1983 to 1995. And I brought up ChatGPT. I looked at what were the major events that happened between the years 1983 to 1985. One of them that came up was the Bosnia War, right? And some of you may have seen, this is very heavy, so trigger warning, but just want to show astrology is real. And I brought this up last week. According to an ongoing investigation, wealthy individuals allegedly paid $90,000 to fire at civilians during the siege of Sarajevo in the 1990s Bosnia War. From elevated sniper positions in the surrounding hills, these millionaires reportedly purchased the opportunity to shoot at locals. Preliminary findings indicate that killing an elderly person was part of the base package, while targeting a child required an additional $100,000 fee. Absolutely despicable, disgusting, and again shows that all darkness comes to the light. It all comes to the light. Europe Salif went on human safaris during the Bosnian War. Disgusting. So I'm very happy that this is all coming to light, and hopefully there can be justice served. And it is a Mercury retrograde during a Scorpio season, and Mercury retrograde about to be entering Scorpio season next week. So it can be a lot of Scorpio uncomfortable information coming up to the surface, right? It can be kind of freaky. So important to stay grounded during these times. Okay, let's See, what is our guidance for the weekend ahead for our highest good with the nice astrology we've got going on? We are in a Scorpio season, but that Sun in Scorpio is in a beautiful grand water trine with Jupiter and Saturn. So let's see, what is our situation here? Mm, Three of Wands. I had a feeling I was going to pull that one. Page of Wands. Huh. Wow. Oh my God. You cannot make this stuff up. Okay. Situation is Three of Wands. Three of Wands. We're looking ahead. We're feeling positive. We're feeling more optimistic. It is a good energy this weekend. It's not heavy. There can be very positive, again, opportunity coming up, luck, breakthrough. We can be feeling lighter, creative ideas. We want to remember it's a Mercury retrograde, but there can be very interesting ideas coming forward. Or I'm also hearing through in-depth talks with family, there may be some people wanting to travel more or move to a foreign location. There can be great wisdom that comes through deep combos with our family and loved ones. Our Do This card is the Page of Wands. Remaining open, being fierce, being bold. We're feeling inspired. We're feeling rejuvenated. So interesting, we got 2 wands. And our Don't Do This. I'm not going to go there. I'm not. I've been saying it a lot lately, and I'm not going to keep repeating myself, but this is literally our Don't Do This card right now. And some people were getting pissed off at me in the comments saying, Meg, you're telling everybody to be discerning. You need to look at yourself because you're not actually seeing the truth of what's going on here. Okay. I never claim to be all knowing or that I have the whole truth about anything. Literally our Don't Do This card for the weekend is the moon, which, what is the moon, you guys? Let me know in the comments because I know I just, what does the moon mean to you guys? This message keeps coming up for us. Don't be in illusions and things that aren't real and things that do not make sense. Okay. Yes, tree hugger, delusional. Jill, mysterious. Yeah, the moon is also mysterious. Yeah. Chrissy, hi, Chrissy says reacting from an emotional place. Yep, definitely. That's very smart. Illusion, right, MJ? Which I've been saying this the whole past week. Sorry that I keep repeating myself, but I keep feeling it. And now this is the card for our Don't Do This for this weekend. Take things with a grain of salt. Be very discerning. Okay. I am so excited. Yeah, Miss Invisible Secrets. I am so excited for 2026. Yeah, MJ, intuition as well. Because 2026, once all these outer planets finally get out of Pisces and Taurus, I cannot wait because it's just going to be, oh, bam, here's the truth about this. Bam, here's the truth about that. Bam, here's the truth about that. Oh, that was a total bullshit. Oh, that person that you thought was, telling the truth was actually completely wrong. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So this moon card, It's very Pisces, bad and good, right? Like MJ said, it's also intuition. But let me know what you guys think. For me, the moon is more of a challenging card. The moon is more of a watch out. Okay, let's pull a bonus card. Bonus card. Bonus card for the week. Bonus card for the week. It's also good, I feel like, if you are going to spend time with family and something needs to get cleared up, or you're just thinking of something to do with family, go for a hike. Go out into nature. That can be something really positive. Wow. Oh my God. 3 wands. 3 wands. Our bonus card is Knight of Wands. Wow. So again, we're being inspired. This weekend is inspirational. It's energetic. I'm hearing the word reboot. We can also be feeling really excited about moving forward in the future. We don't want to make any crazy decisions though, because remember, we're in a Mercury retrograde, but we can be feeling fired up. So lots of positivity. I like it. Cool. Okay. And yeah, before I finish up, I want to share again that I'm very excited for my upcoming 2026 astrology webinar for all 12 signs. Sign up is now available on my website, megmoonbeam.com. Don't forget to use the 10% off discount code, which is 2026 from now until November 30th. And you don't need any experience with astrology. I will be your astrological guide to bring in-depth forecasting for each of the 12 sun, moon, and rising signs. It's going to be lots of fun. First week of December. So go check that out. And as always, please remember to like, share, subscribe to my channels. I really appreciate all of your support. Love you all so much. It's going to be a beautiful energy this weekend. Really hope that you all enjoy it. And oh yeah, tomorrow, Sunny and I are going to be putting out our episode 3 of Hidden in the Stars. And I think a lot of you will be very intrigued by who is the person, one person that is the subject matter of the show. And on Sunday, I'm going to put out my new moon in Scorpio video for all 12 signs. So there will be a video on my channels every day of this weekend. And I'll see you guys on Monday for our next daily astrology horoscope video. Love you all and see you later.